Chapter 3 Yu Xiu. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Qin Xue was reborn with the same name but had no memory of this Qin Xue, so Qin Xue was really confused. What should I do like this? My eyes are darkened. Woo-woo, God, you have to tell me where this is, and who are around me. You have to tell her what you do, right? Just when Qin Xue was thinking about things, Fang Hong came back from cooking. Qin Xue, come here, I'll make you a bowl of porridge and steamed buns. Come and eat. Fang Hong put the rectangular lunch box on the table before taking a bowl of porridge and preparing to feed it to Qin Xue. Sister-in-law, help me sit up and lean against the head of the bed. I'll do it myself. Even though Qin Xue was very dizzy now. I also want to eat by myself, but I'm really not used to being fed. Okay, then I'll help you up. Fang Hong put the bowl on the table, helped Qin Xue up, put a pillow on the bedside for Qin Xue to lean on, and then picked up the bowl and handed it to Qin Xue. Sister-in-law, have you eaten? Qin Xue asked, looking at the porridge. You eat first, I'll eat after you finish. Fang Hong was really surprised to hear Qin Xue asked. Qin Xue didn't say anything after hearing what Fang Hong said and started eating porridge. Qin Xue's mouth felt like a bird. She just couldn't eat anything too hard after being hungry for a few days, otherwise it would hurt her stomach. She picked up the big bun and broke off half of it. This was the stuffing of pork vermicelli, and it didn't taste very good. It's not as delicious as the one I made, but I can't help it now that I'm surrounded by strangers and unfamiliar people. Qin Xue silently ate half of the bun and the bowl of porridge, but couldn't eat any more and put the bowl down. Sister-in-law, I've finished eating. You go and eat. Qin Xue was full. Fang Hong saw that Qin Xue really didn't want to eat, so she put away the lunch box, washed the bowl and went to eat. Qin Xue sat down and felt really dizzy. It would be better to close her eyes to feel more comfortable. Her mind was running very fast. Everything she saw when she woke up clearly told her that this was not the era she lived in before. This place was far behind. Maybe it's really like going back a few decades. Alas, let's make peace with it now, but I can't worry about my grandparents. I wonder if they will be able to bear it when they find out that he is dead. Qin Xue fell asleep in a daze. It was already afternoon when Qin Xue woke up. She looked at the sun outside the window before turning her head and saw a woman sitting next to her bed knitting with wool. She was about 30 years old and dressed more fashionably than Fang Hong. The quality of the clothes is much better, and the temperament is quite good. It can be seen that the living standard of the family is better. Yu Xiu noticed Qin Xue's gaze and put down the knitting needle in her hand. You're awake. Are you thirsty? Do you want to drink water? Or do you want to go to the bathroom first? I want to go to the bathroom first. Qin Xue was a little anxious. She peed a lot after eating porridge in the morning. After Yu Xiu helped Qin Xue go to the toilet, she poured a glass of warm water for Qin Xue, then sat on the stool next to her and watched Qin Xue drink the water. What do you want to eat? I'll go to the cafeteria and get it for you. Yu Xiu's attitude was not enthusiastic. She was indifferent. Thinking of what sister-in-law Fang Hong said in the morning, she said to Qin Xue, by the way, my name is Yu Xiu. Sister-in-law Fang Hong and I take turns taking care of you. If you need anything, just tell me. All right. Yu Xiu couldn't say that she had any objections to Qin Xue, but because of her own personality, she was indifferent to everyone. After Yu Xiu married Su Fangzhou, she had 2 children, a boy and a girl. The daughter was 4 years old and the son was 8 years old. They both went to school and kindergarten and were younger than the children in Fang Hong's family. Fang Hong's son is in junior high school, and Yu Xiu's child is much younger, so Yu Xiu takes care of Qin Xue during the day, and Fang Hong takes care of Qin Xue at night. Sister-in-law, please go eat first. Just prepare some porridge for me after you finish. Don't worry and eat slowly. Just come over when you're done eating. Qin Xue said softly. Chapter 4 Learning about Pregnancy. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Li Lan came in with the acupuncture equipment. Girl, have you eaten? Should I get the acupuncture now or wait? I haven't eaten yet, please give me an acupuncture. Qin Xue thought it was okay to get an acupuncture first, since Yu Xiu hadn't come back yet anyway. Okay, then I'll give you an injection first. Stretch out your hand. Li Lan took a cotton swab and dipped it in alcohol to disinfect the back of Qin Xue's hand. He aimed the needle at the blood vessel and inserted it. He taped the needle and put it away before cleaning and disinfecting it. Utensils. Okay, be careful. I'll come and change your potion later. Okay, thank you. Qin Xue watched the potion flow into his blood drop by drop. I wonder what I will do in the future. I have never been more confused. Now I know nothing except that my name is Qin Xue. Where will I go in the future? When a bottle of potion was almost finished, Yu Xiu came back with a lunch box and 2 hard-boiled eggs. You are getting an acupuncture. Should I feed you the porridge or eat it after the acupuncture? Let's leave it for now. I'll eat it after the injection. I have no appetite now. Qin Xue felt that her stomach was not feeling well and she really didn't want to eat. You have no appetite, that's normal, you're pregnant and injured and you're bleeding so much. You said you were the same. You shouldn't have been more careful when you were pregnant. If you hadn't been discovered in time that day, you lost so much blood, maybe even you will be dead, let alone the child. Fortunately, you are fine and the child is fine. Otherwise, what should we do when Chu Molin comes back? It was rare for Yu Xiu to talk so much to Qin Xue, who was unfamiliar with her, and she had no idea how much impact her words had on Qin Xue. Cough 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 cough. Qin Xue was so frightened by the news that she choked on her saliva. Look, are you okay? Yu Xiu patted Qin Xue on the back and stopped when Qin Xue stopped coughing. She poured a glass of water and handed it to Qin Xue. Yu Xiu, what did you just say? You said I was pregnant. Am I already married? Qin Xue asked uncertainly. Yeah, don't you know you're pregnant? From what you said, how could you get pregnant if you're not married? Qin Xue, my sister-in-law said that you should go back and live a good life with Chu Molin after your injury is healed. You guys should stop making noises. Although Chu Molin doesn't like to talk and has a cold face, he is still a nice person. You can tell by looking at him if he can put down his money and marry you, so stop arguing. Noisy and hurtful feelings will not be affected after the child is born, don't you think? Yu Xiu told Qin Xue what her old Su asked her to say. Sister-in-law, didn't I hurt my head and lose my memory? The doctor said that there was a blood clot on my head that pressed on the nerves, so I can't remember many things. Can you tell me in detail? Qin Xue followed Yu Xiu's head and wanted to know more things. Otherwise, she really didn't know what to do. Except that Fang Hong was Yu Xiu in the morning. Of course, she couldn't let it go now that she had more information. Yes, but I don't know much. Yu Xiu is not a person who likes to discuss other people's affairs. If her family, Su Fangzhou, hadn't asked her to persuade Qin Xue, saying that if this quarrel continued, it would affect Chu Molin. She really wouldn't want to explain. It's okay, sister-in-law Yu Xiu, tell me as much as you know. I have lost my memory now and can't remember anything. Now you tell me that I'm pregnant, and I don't know what to do. Qin Xue revealed what was in her heart. Come on. What can I do? Take good care of your body and children, and wait until Chu Molin comes back to live a good life with him. Although Yu Xiu still had a faint expression, Qin Xue could feel her concern for herself from her voice. Chapter 5: A Calculated Marriage. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Seeing that there was not much potion left, Yu Xiu called the nurse to change a bottle, and then told Qin Xue about her. Actually, I don't know much about you and Chu Molin. All I know is what I heard from other people in the family building. I told you not to be angry. It is said that Chu Molin married you because he was tricked by you, but I don't know how. Originally, people in the institute said that Suo Hua in our institute was dating Chu Molin, and they were almost ready to file a marriage report. Who would have thought that Chu Molin was intercepted by you one time when he went out to do scientific research? He made such a big fuss that Chu Molin was responsible for it, so Chu Molin had no choice but to marry you. Not long after that, I heard that your family wanted Chu Molin to take you with them, so you came here. It's just that you made trouble every day since you came, and eventually Chu Molin was punished. Then Chu Molin and the others went out to do scientific research, and you were injured and hospitalized. Well, that's all I know. After Yu Xiu finished speaking, she felt a little embarrassed. It was really embarrassing to say these things to others, especially to the person involved. Qin Xue looked at Yu Xiu, who had a calm expression on her face, but showed an uneasy expression because of gossiping about her, and her heart moved slightly. It seemed that Yu Xiu was very thorough. Although he didn't say much, he got all the important points out without any nonsense, and it can also be seen that she is a person who can be a friend. Whether we can have a deep friendship depends on how we get along in the future. If we can have a deep friendship, we can have a deep friendship. If not, we can just be a casual acquaintance. After all, we can't cause trouble if she is taking care of us now. Too ugly. It's okay, sister-in-law. This is what I want you to say. I'm not sorry. I lost my memory and couldn't remember anything. My eyes were completely black. Speaking of which, I have to thank you for telling me this. Otherwise, I won't know anything about the people I've offended, and I won't even know if I've offended them, even though I may have offended everyone. Qin Xue knew from what Yu Xiu told him that the original person had tried to kill himself and offended everyone, but now that you have accepted this body, being criticized by others means you're talking about yourself, so you have to reverse all the bad things and develop in a good place. So start changing it now. When Yu Xiu saw Qin Xue like this, it didn't look like the rumors. It seemed that the rumors were wrong. If Qin Xue knew what Yu Xiu was thinking, she could only laugh. I don't know if I don't have the memory of my original self. As long as I manage my business well, I believe that my good reputation can still come back, although I am not a person who cares much about reputation. Now that I am married and have children, the more I can have a good reputation, the better. Qin Xue didn't start eating until she finished hanging the needle. The porridge and eggs were still hot. Thanks to Yu Xiu, who was afraid of being cold, she poured boiling water into the basin and put the lunchbox and eggs in to keep them warm. It can be seen from a small thing that Yu Xiu is a very careful person. Perhaps her indifferent attitude is just because she is not familiar with him. Today's porridge was quite thick. Yu Xiu also added some sauerkraut, which was very appetizing. Qin Xue actually finished a lunchbox of porridge and 2 eggs. Now it was Qin Xue's turn to feel embarrassed because she was so delicious. Well, sister-in-law, I've finished eating. Qin Xue handed the lunchbox to Yu Xiu sheepishly. As soon as Yu Xiu saw Qin Xue's look, she knew something was wrong with her. She took the lunchbox and said, "Hey, what do you have here?" "It's just a box of porridge. You're pregnant with a child now. Eat more." Chapter 6 Discharge. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Under the care of her 2 sisters-in-law, Fang Hong and Yu Xiu, Qin Xue stayed in the hospital for a week and was finally discharged. The 3 of them packed up the things they brought and returned to the institute in a car sent by the institute. As soon as you arrive at the door, you can see the solemn and mysterious door with a certain research institute engraved on it. The 2 soldiers on guard at the door stood upright, watching the car coming, and saluting when they saw it was the car. Coming from the station, Qin Xue looked at the solemnity in the institute with awe in her heart. In her previous life, she respected these researchers who put in a lot of effort, and she also wanted to study and research some useful scientific research projects. Qin Xue originally wanted to take the postgraduate entrance examination, but her father interfered and failed, so she could only become an ordinary surgeon. At that time, Qin Xue was thinking that if she could not go to graduate school and do her own scientific research in the future, it would be nice to have a career similar to this in the future. Who would have thought that she would be brought here by a car accident after only 2 years of working? Only here did I realize that I didn't even need to fall in love. I didn't even have to get married by myself. I just became a mother directly. The soldier who drove the car signed and drove in before letting Qin Xue and the others get out of the car. Sisters-in-law, take your things out of the car and wait for me here. I will drive the car back and move your things for you. No, Xiao Zhao doesn't have much here. We can just take it ourselves. Just go about your business and don't worry about us. Fang Hong spoke first. There's nothing you can do if you don't open your mouth. Qin Xue doesn't know them, so the three of them got out of the car and one of them got some. Xiao Zhao saw that there really wasn't much, so he didn't say anything else and drove the car to return it. There are several big trees surrounding the families downstairs. The sisters-in-law in several institutions were chatting. When they saw Qin Xue and the others coming over, they gathered together and one of the sisters-in-law said, "Isn't this from Chu Molin's family? Is he healed and discharged from the hospital?" Qin Xue didn't know who was following whom, so she nodded with a smile and followed Feng Hong's two sisters-in-law upstairs. When other sisters-in-law saw it, they said, "What's so great about her is that she's not a shameless person. If it weren't for the calculation, Chu Molin would be able to marry her." "Hey, it's someone's ability to plot against Deputy Section Chief Chu. You don't understand why don't you go and plot it too?" Su Xiaoyan also dislikes Qin Xue, but she even dislikes these people who have nothing to do all day long. Be the person who keeps an eye on other people's gossip. In any case, my own man is also under Chu Molin, so he has to help Qin Xue to say something even if he doesn't like it. Who knows that Qin Xue is Chu Molin's wife? Su Xiaoyan, what do you mean? Do you speak like that? Zhang Zuhua wanted to give Su Xiaoyan a paw. Is Su Xiaoyan trying to ruin her reputation? Everyone in the family building who didn't know that Qin Xue got married because of a plot against Chu Molin was buried to death. How could he not be angry when Su Xiaoyan said this? It doesn't mean anything, just take it literally. Su Xiaoyan is not afraid of Zhang Zuehua. The men from both families work under Chu Molin. Bai Jing stood behind the big tree and listened to the discussions of the sisters-in-law. Bai Jing's face was twisted, her nails digging into her palms couldn't keep up with the pain in her heart. She also liked that excellent man. But with Su Yun as a person, he never dared to reveal a little bit about his love for Chu Molin, for fear that Su Yun would find out. Su Yun was the granddaughter of the old director, and he had no family background. Woolen cloth. Others say that Su Yun is gentle and kind, but only she knows that she is a femme fatale with a cruel heart. Originally, Bai Jing didn't know Su Yun's true identity. After a performance rehearsal, everyone else dispersed and left. Bai Jing also left at that time. Later, she found that she had left something behind and went back to look for it. After she found it, she was about to leave when she noticed a quarrel at the front desk, so she quietly hid in the backstage and saw Su Yun push someone off the 2-meter-high platform. Directly broke the person's leg, and stood aside and said, "Who do you think you are? You dare to compete with me for a role? If I don't kill you, I won't be Su Yun." Later, after I was cornered, I asked someone to go find the director, saying that I broke my leg when I accidentally fell off the stage at work. Later, my leg healed and I couldn't dance anymore, so I had to apply for resignation. Bai Jing was so frightened that she never dared to have any conflict with Su Yun from now on. I was afraid that I would be dealt with by Su Yun. Chapter 7 Bai Jing's Hatred, Why Not Die? You are listening at novelfull.audio. Bai Jing was so happy that she wanted to jump up after knowing that Chu Molin could not marry Su Yun. Unexpectedly, it turned out that Chu Molin couldn't marry Su Yun because he wanted to marry Qin Xue, a shameless woman. Bai Jing was so angry that she almost died of anger. She didn't dare to fight for the backing of Su Yun's family, so why was Qin Xue taking advantage of her? So after Qin Xue came to the family building, she looked for opportunities to get close to Qin Xue. Bai Jing slowly and successfully got close to Qin Xue, a stupid woman, and gave her many ideas. It also made Chu Molin hate Qin Xue more and more. Otherwise, Qin Xue would not have become so famous in the family building in such a short period of time. Of course, he would have a bad reputation, all of which were inseparable from Bai Jing's work. Later, Chu Molin and the others went on a mission. Su Yun found Bai Jing and asked her to ask Qin Xue out, otherwise she would make Bai Jing look good. Bai Jing also wanted to use Su Yun's hand to deal with Qin Xue, but it had nothing to do with her own affairs. If anything happened, it would be Su Yun's, right? So after a training session, he asked Qin Xue to go out. While waiting for Su Yun, Qin Xue kept retching. After asking Qin Xue, he deduced that she was pregnant, but Qin Xue, a fool, actually thought that she was pregnant. Sick, Qin Xue didn't know that she was pregnant, so after Su Yun arrived, Bai Jing said to Su Yun, "I have already made an appointment with Qin Xue, but I don't know if she is sick." She vomited whatever she ate. She was retching just now. She didn't go to the hospital to get some medicine. "Okay, you guys can talk, I'll leave first." Su Yun was fine when she heard that Chu Molin was originally hers. After waiting for so many years and putting in so much effort, he was about to get married and he was her husband. Qin Xue stopped talking about this, but now she is pregnant with Chu Molin's child, and her heart is scratching her liver and lungs. When Su Yun saw Bai Jing leaving, she was so angry that she immediately went to Qin Xue and asked Qin Xue to beat the child so that he would not be born again. Qin Xue originally thought she was sick, but when Su Yun told her that she was pregnant and wanted her to have an abort, Qin Xue would definitely refuse. It turned out that Chu Molin drugged her and planned it. From that time when she slept with her, until she got married and when Chu Molin went on a mission, he never touched her again. Although she was stupid, she knew that this child could not be aborted, so Qin Xue refused no matter what, so she quarreled with Su Yun. Su Yun hated Qin Xue originally, but now Qin Xue refused to abort the child, and became even more angry. The two of them quarreled more and more fiercely, so much so that they started pushing each other, and Qin Xue was accidentally pushed down by Su Yun. The back of her head hit a sharp stone and bled a lot. When Su Yun saw so much blood coming out of Qin Xue's head, she was so frightened that she ran away in a hurry. When Su Yun turned around to find Qin Xue, Bai Jing turned back and quietly hid behind a big tree and watched them arguing. She saw Su Yun push Qin Xue down and bleed, and was frightened when she saw Su Yun leave. Gone too, poor Qin Xue was pushed to death by hitting his head on a stone, and his soul was entered by the current Qin Xue. She was in a coma due to excessive blood loss. She was in a coma after she was found and sent to the hospital. The doctors thought that Qin Xue would become a vegetative state. Unexpectedly, she woke up after being in a coma for a few days. Bai Jing thought Qin Xue was dead at first, but later she went to inquire about it when she didn't hear any news about her death, only to find out that Qin Xue was not only not dead but also back from the hospital. Bai Jing was really jealous of Qin Xue. Why didn't he die even though he had lost so much blood and was in a coma for so many days? Moreover, the child in his belly was fine. Why couldn't Qin Xue die? If Qin Xue knew that Bai Jing would be scolding her in her heart, Qin Xue would not only be dead but also completely dead, otherwise how could she have come here? Chapter 8 Nest. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Qin Xue followed her two sisters-in-law to the third floor, opened the door, and entered the house. At first glance, she noticed that it was very dirty and messy. Didn't she even bother to clean it up? How can I live in a place that is so dirty and messy like a garbage dump? Fang Hong and Yu Xiu brought the things into the house and said to Qin Xue, "You go to sleep first. I'll go back to cook. I'll call you. Anyway, you don't have anything to eat at home. So you'll stay at our house for the next few days. Eat, and when you feel better, go buy some rice and come back." Originally, Fang Hong wanted to tidy up, but when she saw that it was getting late and Lao Xie was coming back from get off work for dinner later, she didn't say anything about tidying up, and Qin Xue had just been discharged from the hospital and was still very pregnant, so he didn't dare to ask her to clean up. He could only take it slow and then help her clean up. Yu Xiu also wanted to go home. She had been taking care of Qin Xue these past few days, and her family couldn't take care of her at all. Now that Qin Xue was back, of course she wanted to go back and take a look, so they both asked Qin Xue to rest and left together. "Sister-in-law Fang, I think Qin Xue's house is too messy and she is weak. How about we come and help her clean it up tomorrow?" After getting along with her for the past few days, her temperament is not like what is reported outside. I think she must have been taken away by someone. Chu Molin is not at home, so we can help her if we can. Fang Hong also lives on the third floor, but is far away from Qin Xue's family. The family knows more than Yu Xiu. Qin Xue's temper is indeed bad. It's not that she hasn't helped before, but she gave up because she didn't appreciate it. After getting along with him in the hospital this time, I found that he is indeed not a bad person. I don't know if it is because of his amnesia. His temperament is not bad, but he is also quite good. He is gentle and gentle. Maybe he did what he did because he was led by others. After all, the quality of a person is a matter of essence. Qin Xue is not bad in nature, so she is willing to help her. Not to mention that Chu Molin is a subordinate of her family, Lao Xie, but because they have a good relationship, she should help her. So he agreed. Okay, let's help with it after breakfast tomorrow. Qin Xue was indeed so weak that even though she was a bit of a germaphobe, she couldn't even bother cleaning the house. Qin Xue opened the 2 rooms and took a look and found that the 2 of them slept in separate rooms. That's right, no one wants to be tricked into getting married and still happily get married. You can tell at a glance which of the 2 rooms the original person lives in. One is neatly tidied, and the other is a mess. Qin Xue sighed, resigned to her fate, opened the closet, took out a set of clean sheets, put them on, and went to sleep first. Qin Xue didn't care about herself but had to worry about her child. Maybe she was too weak. She fell asleep not long after lying down and didn't get up until Fang Hong knocked on the door and called for dinner. Xue Shuku crawled with his hands and tied his hair loosely behind his back before going to Fang Hong's house for dinner. Now that he had nothing to do, he went empty-handed. After waiting, he went to buy something to give as a thank you gift. It was troublesome for him to eat at his house for so long. He took a deep breath and raised his hand to knock on the door. Lao Xie, go and open the door. It should be Qin Xue. Fang Hong shouted from the kitchen. Xie Jun put down the newspaper in his hand and stood up to open the door. Qin Xue is here, come in quickly. You can eat right away. Hello, Section Chief Xie, sorry to bother you. Qin Xue chatted with Fang Hong when she was in the hospital and found out that her man was the section chief of the research institute named Xie Jun. Her cheap husband worked for someone else. It is said that only those who can enter the research institute are an awesome person with outstanding abilities, so awesome that you don't need to. It is said that Chu Molin is the most powerful person in the entire institute. No wonder he is so attractive. No one expected that in the end it would be a flower stuck in the cow dung. Of course Chu Molin was the flower and Qin Xue was the disgusting cow dung. Chapter 9 Xie Jun's Family. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Qin Xue entered the room and saw that the dishes were already placed on the table. She did not sit down directly but entered the kitchen. Fang Hong saw Qin Xue coming into the kitchen and shouted. Qin Xue, just go and sit down. I'll put the soup in and you can eat. Sister-in-law, please don't do it too much. If you do it too much, you won't be able to finish the meal. Qin Xue saw that she really didn't have anything to help with, so she took the bowls and chopsticks and left the kitchen. Qin Xue, come sit down, it's time to eat. Xie Jun stopped reading the newspaper and asked Qin Xue to sit down. Qin Xue was not polite and chose another side of the table to sit on, so that Fang Hong and his wife could sit together. Qin Xue looked at the furnishings in the house. The spaces were all the same. Fang Hong's house had a lot of things, but they were all neatly packed. It could be seen that Fang Hong was a diligent and agile woman. It seems that I need to clean up my house quickly. I just put down my misophobia and went to sleep after doing some mental construction and construction. I will clean it up after I go back after dinner. Oh, why don't you eat? The food will be cold later, and so will you, Lao Xie. Tell Qin Xue where to eat. Fang Hong put the soup on the table and asked Qin Xue to eat. There are 3 dishes and 1 soup on the table, 1 stir-fried vegetables, 1 stir-fried radish with meat, 1 stir-fried pickles, and 1 tomato and egg soup. It can be seen that such a meal is considered very rich at this time. It is probably because of myself that I made it specially. Maybe others are not willing to eat like this. Qin Xue made a bowl of soup, took a sip and praised, Sister-in-law, your cooking is so good, the soup is so delicious. If it tastes good, drink more. You have lost so much blood and are weak, so come and eat meat. Fang Hong picked up the meat with chopsticks and put it on the plate in front of Qin Xue, and then gave Xie Jun some vegetables with chopsticks. Xie Jun gave Fang Hong the meat in the bowl and then took the bowl to eat. Hey, why are you eating your meat for me? Fang Hong looked at the meat in the bowl and smiled softly. Qin Xue watched the interaction between Fang Hong and his wife and could tell that they had a good relationship. She was happy for them. She wondered how her cheap husband was like and whether they could get along with each other. After eating quietly, Qin Xue helped clear the dishes before returning to her home. After Qin Xue left, Fang Hong cleaned up the kitchen and then put a glass of water in front of Xie Jun. Old Xie, look at Qin Xue, has changed a lot. Well, it looks like today's performance is pretty good. This way, that boy Chu Molin can work with peace of mind. Xie Jun thought that Chu Molin was punished for being troubled before, so he felt that it was not worth it, but as a section chief, I can only persuade men to make peace but not to divorce. It is not easy for men in the office to get married. As long as they have not done anything illegal, they cannot persuade them to divorce. Fortunately, Qin Xue recovered after his injury and was fine. Otherwise, he would have to tell Chu Molin. Once he told him, he didn't know if he would be able to complete this scientific research with peace of mind. Fortunately, everything turned out for the best. Xie Jun took a drink of water and looked at his wife. Daughter-in-law, come with me to take a nap. I'm not going to sleep, you go to sleep by yourself. After taking care of Qin Xue in the hospital for a few days, there was still a lot of things to do at home, so there was no time to take a nap. Xie Jun put down his cup and approached his wife. You really don't want to go? Well, I won't go, Fang Hong said, getting up and going to wash her clothes. How could Xie Jun let his wife run away so easily? He couldn't hold his wife in his arms for several days. Ever since Qin Xue was injured, his wife had been taking care of him at night and he couldn't rest well during the day. There were black spots under his eyes. He pulled his wife into his arms with a hand. What are you doing? Let me go and wash the clothes. I have to help Qin Xue clean up the house tomorrow. Fang Hong struggled to get out of Xie Jun's arms. Chapter 10 Worry. You are listening at novelfull.audio. How could Xie Jun let his daughter-in-law break free? He picked her up in a princess hug. Be good, be obedient, and go get some sleep. I see you have dark circles under your eyes. Xie Jun carried Fang Hong into the room, put her on the bed, took off his work clothes, and then lay down and hugged his wife for a nap. Fang Hong struggled to take it off and followed him. She was indeed a little tired, so she might do it after she woke up. Fang Hong found a comfortable position with her pillow on Xie Jun's arm, closed her eyes and prepared to sleep, when she suddenly remembered. Lao Xie, when will Chu Molin and the others come back? Qin Xue is very dangerous this time. You didn't even know that she had been in a coma for several days. The doctor said that if she didn't wake up, she might become a vegetative state. Moreover, Qin Xue still had a child in her belly and Chu Molin was not here. I was worried to death. Who would have thought that Qin Xue would wake up like that? My heart suddenly dropped. Do you think that if Chu Molin knew that he was going to be a father, would he be as stupid as you were? Xie Jun looked at his wife's opening and closing mouth and directly covered it with her hand. She told you to rest but you still discussed other men without resting. Mr. Xie Jun is jealous. His wife can only think about herself and not others. Fang Hong was so unhappy that she almost died. I hate it. Do you want to cover me to death? Xie Jun turned over in shock at the words spoken in an angry tone. Afterwards, Xie Jun looked at his wife who was so tired that she fell asleep and his heart was filled with happiness. Xie Jun and Fang Hong are both from the city, and they were childhood sweethearts. It's just that the family is not very rich, so they finally read more books. When they grew up, Xie Jun was lucky enough to participate in research and get a job. Fang Hong followed him and married him. The relationship has always been very good. Now they are both in their 30s and have children. We are now in junior high school, and our relationship is still the same as before. He and Chu Molin have known each other for more than 10 years. When Chu Molin first came here, he was led by Xie Jun. He was like a brother to Chu Molin. They both climbed up step by step, so it was not easy to get to where they are today. He really hopes that Chu Molin and Qin Xue can be like him and Fang Hong. That's why Xie Jun asked his wife to take good care of Qin Xue when Chu Molin was away and Qin Xue was injured. Otherwise, no matter who was injured, he would not bear to let his wife be so tired, and he would sleep contentedly with his arms around her. Qin Xue returned home and sorted out what should be thrown away in the house and what should be kept. When she saw a dark and dirty place, she went to the toilet, filled a basin of water, poured some washing powder, went in and found a towel and wiped it clean. Pour away the water. Qin Xue scrubbed the kitchen and living room clean before mopping the floor. She looked at the colorful clothes on the bed and twitched her mouth. What kind of aesthetics is this? Isn't there any normal thing? Qin Xue looked at the clothes that were 80% to 90% new. She probably bought them with money from Chu Molin after she came here, right? Qin Xue had no choice, so she folded all the clothes and prepared to find time to dispose of them. Although such clothes were the most popular at the moment, she really couldn't wear them. Qin Xue folded her clothes and sorted through the desk drawers, and found that all her belongings were only 68 yuan. 68 yuan was considered a huge sum of money in the 1980s, it's just that Fang Hong helped pay for the money she spent in hospital due to her injury. She hasn't found it for Fang Hong's sister-in-law when she came back. When she pays her back tomorrow, she will only have 28 yuan left. More than 20 yuan can save her money. What? Qin Xue had to buy everything even though she didn't have anything at home. She didn't know when her cheap husband would come back. If he didn't come back, what would she eat and spend? No, I have to think of a way to make money, but I am not familiar with this place and what can I do to make money with a child? Qin Xue didn't go through Chu Molin's things, and didn't know if he had any money. She just lay on the bed thinking about it and fell asleep. When she woke up, the sun was setting.